Tom Quigley. Tom, how are you of Claim Links? And I'm going to hit this topic right off the bat. And this one's wild. If I went to tell a company right now, our topic is how to save $10,000 per employee without changing your network. That's crazy. And this is the one I like, the ending, changing your network. Because a lot of insurance agents go to the companies and say, yeah, I can improve your costs, but you're going to have to leave that network.
Well, it's generally it's for a single, it's roughly 4,000. For a family, it's generally 10 or even higher. For smaller companies, it's more. For larger companies, it's it may be 8, 9,000. But the the issues this is you're giving away thousands of dollars when you buy office visit copays, drug copays, lower deductibles to the insurance company. What you want to do is find their lowest cost option they offer with the same network that they offer. And what you do is you take advantage of a 1954 tax law to provide better benefits to the employees. You also can, for smaller groups, allow your employees to get the tax breaks. So literally they can have their premium go for 2, 3,000 a month down to zero. A family of four making 150,000 will get it down to $300-400 with the same. Depends on the states, but take Pennsylvania. You know that state a little better than most, right?
Yeah.
And same Blue Cross networks let the employees get the subsidies, cover their deductibles tax free, and you save more than 10,000 a family.
And do the math. If you can save
Just math.
10,000 per employee and you have 100 employees, that's a lot of money.
So, it's for some people, apparently it's not because they keep taking on 20% rate increases and
Okay, so
not
I'm going to
doing
ask
anything.
why do they say this? Like when you have conversations and they say no to you,
I
what
just had
the,
one.
what is the reasons? This is a
I
great
just had a
point.
great one in North Carolina. It's an HR PEO, and they're paying like 4 million a year. And I was like, I'll save you a couple million staying with Blue Cross. And he says, not interested. And I'm like, your agent's getting 168,000 a year. I go, what, you're offering this to small companies and you're saying you can't beat this. I go, I'll put $1 million on the table that I can save each one of your clients 20% from what they're paying with Blue Cross. And he says, not interested. And I was like, okay, good luck. I go, I feel for your clients who are overpaying collectively a couple $1 million.
Wow. Yeah, and that's where I think you got to go, and this has got to be also if you're an employee right now, you got to tell them to call Claim Links. The HR to tell the HR to tell the CEO if you have the potential, or a head and someone in the corporate end, you can save them money. Imagine going to your boss, Tom, and saying, "Oh, by the way, you know
Mhm.
what? I really appreciate you hiring me. By the way, I can save you $1 million right now." With your boss, like the CEO of a small company.
Well, think it through. I've told friends this who are like CFOs. I say to or HR, I'm sitting there having a beer with them. I go, here's your tagline. Go in and go, I don't want a salary. I want to work on what I saved the company. And if you refuse to do what I suggest, I get paid what we would have saved. And so literally I had one guy literally go to the company and he called me. He's told me what they're paying. And I said, okay, that's about $3 million of savings. I said, tell them that you want 20% so you get a $600,000 salary. And,
Wow.
and they wouldn't listen to him. They wouldn't do it. They gave him, we're only paying 100,000 for this position. And it's like, well, think about it.
Yeah.
That's $2.4 million. If your EBITDA factor value factor is 5, that's over 10 million, 11 over $11 million, maybe $12 million of value that you just threw away.
Wow. And
And
that,
that's including paying him 600,000.
what about even, can you, what happens when you're talking about government workers? Can you improve their plans or is that impossible because they have the bad starting?
No, their benefits, quite frankly. I did a webinar for a school district up in North Conway, New Hampshire. I would save them $2 to $3 million a year. Their rates are going up 40% on this trust. And literally, all I would do there is say, hey, as of May 1st, if you can find coverage elsewhere, we'll pay up to X amount and give you a 100% health plan. It must be ACA compliant. It's all voluntary. For those that refuse to leave or are causing problems, you get to stay on the same plan and you get to pay you know, more. But, everyone else, why should one or two people cause 200 people to pay all this extra money? It makes no
That's
logical
and so
sense.
so that's where you have to deal with the unions too. But that's interesting. So you're in those conversations as well. But if you're a company right now and want $1 million to save, especially when I honestly believe, Tom, I'm gonna roll the dice and say that this whole tariff thing is gonna end up working out. And then everyone that was saying
I'm
it
I'm
didn't,
excited because my when I invest now, it's dollar cost averaging before you retire. So you're buying low, you're buying high, you're buying in the middle, and when you retire that you freak out. But you should be in fixed stuff like indexed funds where you can't lose, but you give up
yeah.
some of the upside.
I have a
Yeah,
prediction. I think everyone's going to be able to negotiate, and all this is all like we thought COVID in the United States. Oh my gosh, we can't be doing business. It's not going to work. And guess what? We're the only country that didn't take the bleed like every other country in the world because of COVID, especially in uh, certain states. I won't mention them for this podcast. You could,
um,
but you could definitely mention them. But best place people can go is claimlinks.com right now. Schedule a call with Tom DA. Appreciate it, Tom. All right. That was the special